cats! I'm so excited to be here. My name is Andy Walker.
You're scaring me. I'm Sean Carruthers.
And welcome to Tech Made Simple and Slightly Loud.
And obnoxious.
Today on the show, I'm very excited, and I have to tell you, very excited because we have a device on the show called Kilowatt.
Kilowatt.
We're going to kill a watt.
Yes.
Which is fun. Power is fun. Electricity is scary. I'm thinking that perhaps my hair is going to be as spiky as yours by the end of the episode. But we're going to do, you call this vampire power.
Vampire power.
What does that mean? What does vampire power mean?
Vampire power is a colloquial term
Yes.
for standby power.
Okay.
Now, standby power is something that almost all devices these days have. Your television, your computer, your monitor, your VCR, your DVD. Every time you plug in one of these new devices that you have, consumer devices, they're always on.
Okay.
Remember your toaster? You used to press the button down and it started drawing power?
Yeah.
These new ones are always drawing power. So it's vampire. It's sucking power.
All the time.
All the time.
That would explain why my electricity bill is so high.
Yes. So we're going to take a look at this, see what kind of power is actually being drawn by devices that are turned off.
Right. Cool.
Off.
Cool.
And show you how to deal with it.
And show how you're killing the planet with all of your gadgets.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, let's pause for a message from our sponsor, and we'll be right back with Vampire Power.
This is a llama. It carries luggage. This is a burrito. It is lunch. This is Camtasia Studio 4. It makes screencasts. Now answer our trivia question. What screencasting tool is not woolly or made of beans? I'll be back at the end of the show with the answer.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
I was just looking at the monitor here on the camera. My vampire kind of looks like a chipmunk. It's like, it's chipmunk power.
Chipmunk power doesn't have the same...
It doesn't have the same cachet, does it?
No.
No. Got to work on that. Right. Okay, so vampire power.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm very excited about this.
You sort of made light of the whole killing the planet thing at the beginning, but you know what? Whether you're an environmentalist or not, you think about it in terms. You say your power bill is very high. You don't necessarily... I think saving the planet is a very noble kind of goal, but even if you don't believe in the sort of talk about that, at the end of the month, save some money on your electrical bill.
Right.
At the very least.
Even if you don't want to hug Al Gore.
Even if you don't want to hug Al Gore.
And I do. I really do. I like the man.
He's
cuddly.
Personally, I think it would be nice that we stop using power that we don't need.
Sure.
But, you know what? If it's a couple cents at the end of the month that you save, so be it.
Yay.
Okay,
That's
so let's talk about that.
All right, so gadgets, I got to think that with this world of iPods and laptop computers and cell phones, that we're probably using more power than ever.
We're sucking back a lot of power, and the problem is that we're sucking back a lot of power that we don't need to suck back. So you've got standby power on a lot of gadgets. So we talked about your DVD player, your TV, and all of that.
Yeah.
Standby power is power that always runs through your set so that it's ready to go. So back in the old days when you used to have a TV, you would turn it on, usually by pressing something on the front, turning the switch on, and you would wait. And you'd wait. And you'd wait. And eventually, rip, there you go. So your TV's on, it's half a minute later.
Yeah. You had to warm up.
Right, it had to warm up. So standby power means that there's always electricity going through it. It's ready to start at a moment's notice. And not only that, if there's power running through it, you can actually use your remote control and fire it up. So that's...
we're impatient, aren't we?
We're impatient.
We're impatient.
So we want to press that button on our remote and our TV's, bang, there it is.
And frankly, that's how they've been designed.
It's the way they've been designed, and there is a cost.
Okay, so tell us what the cost is.
The cost is that there's always power running through it, even though you're not using it. So we actually have your TV plugged in through here right now. So the Kilowatt, first of all, I should mention, is a little device that I got a hold of, about $30. Not too expensive, but it measures electrical stats that are being used on the sign. So we've got this plugged in right here through the line, so it's plugged into the wall, and then we've got this power bar plugged through it. So right now we can see that we're sucking back 175 or actually 180 watts. And it varies. And that's because we've got the TV running through it. And we've got a couple other devices. We've got this iPod that's charging right now. We've got a monitor down there. Your computer's running.
Sure.
But
they're all off, right? They're all just charging.
The charging is
drawing power.
Is drawing power. Every time you're charging your cell phone or your iPod, it's pulling power through.
Sure.
Even when it's fully charged. Okay.
Okay. Oh wow.
So
unplug those gadgets when they're fully charged.
Yeah. So we're going to show you a little bit of a demo here. Right now we've got the television right here that's in behind us.
Right.
It's running, right?
Now this is a DLP television.
It's a DLP television.
And you know, it uses a lamp inside. And it's I think it's a 50-inch or something like that. Okay.
Yeah. So right now we're drawing 175 watts of power roughly with all of these gadgets plugged in.
Okay.
So we're going to show you what happens. We're going to just turn off the TV first of all. So that should go down substantially.
Yep.
107 now. What's it doing? And it's going down. Oh, it's
just a little bit.
It's apparently still on.
95.
Oh, there we go. Now it's going down. Okay, so it takes a little bit for that to kick in. It's going through its shutdown process inside. So it's using power even when you think it's off, obviously.
Right.
But now it's at 60 watts of power.
Wow, so it's like knocked 110 points off.
It knocked 100 points off just from turning it off. But I mean, you'd expect it to use energy while it's turned on.
Sure.
So, but here's the thing. We've got it plugged in right now, but
and it's off.
Turned off.
Okay.
So let's unplug it altogether.
Holy mackerel!
Now it's down to 8.
So it dropped like 40 or 50, 45 points.
So it was consuming 40 plus watts, just sitting there doing nothing.
Wow.
So now you measure that. Now this
is like
device
kilowatts,
right
actually, isn't it?
That's watts. So we can actually measure how much
watts.
we've used. So we've had this plugged in for just a few minutes now since we started the show, and it's already used 0.03 kilowatt hours.
Wow.
And a kilowatt hour, the rates will vary depending on your jurisdiction, but you can expect over the course of a year for just a few watts, like say 10 watts, over the course of a year, you're going to pay $20 for that. Now we're looking at like 10 times that amount. Over the course of the year, your TV is going to consume tons and tons and tons of electricity.
Can you believe this? This is amazing.
So now what we have here is we've got devices that are turned off. This iPod here is charging.
Yeah.
So it's taking, let's go back to this. So it's 9 watts right now. That's not insubstantial for devices that are turned off. So we're going to say Gary's iPod right now, which is right here, is charging. We're going to unplug that.
It goes down by half. Oh, well,
it went up and now it's back down. Now it's down to 7. So we've got other devices that are on the line. We've got your computer is turned right off, and we've got a monitor down here.
Well, it says it's charging.
Right.
Yeah.
This monitor, again, is turned right off.
Right.
And it's still using 11 watts, down to 2, 11. So, I mean, this is all over the map, right?
Now, that's just not an error rate. That's actually consumption right there.
This is consumption that's being used. Like, if we want to show that it's not using anything, we'll just unplug this all together. And it should go down to 0.
Right. Right. Okay.
So what can we do about this?
What can we do about this, Sean?
What can we do about this? Okay. So
I'm Al Gore about this.
You're Al Gore. Well, we've got this APC switch right here.
Yes.
That has these things. So you've got this monitor here.
Yeah.
When you're not using it, there's no reason to keep it in standby mode.
No.
And your notebook right here, if it's charged up, there's no reason to keep it in standby mode. The quickest way to deal with this is just
Pousser le bouton.
Yeah. Push the button, switch it off. If you have a power bar that's connected to these things, just switch them all off. Because if you're there's no real reason for your computer to be on standby power most of the time. You can wait 30 seconds for it to fire up.
Right.
I mean, 30 seconds now versus several dollars over the course of the year just to have this up. And just consider this is one device. It's going to cost you several dollars over the course of a year to keep it powered up. Multiply by that all the devices that you have in your house.
See, Biff agrees.
And then multiply that by all the houses in the nation. That's a lot of energy that's just sitting there doing nothing whatsoever.
What a waste.
All right? And then turn it back on again when you go to use the unit.
Sure.
Now, for devices that are like this iPod that you want to keep powered up. So we're going to talk about battery technology in an upcoming episode about how you want lithium-ion to stay charged as much as possible.
Right.
But
I think the cat's butt is in our shot. Come on, have a little bit of decency there, Biffer.
That's disgusting.
I know.
So for devices like that, like your cell phone or your iPod, you want to keep them charged up as much as possible. Just don't let them run down all the way. Charge them up before you need them. But most of them charge fairly quickly. So don't keep them charged all the time. So you've got devices like your cell phone or other things with batteries inside that will continually charge. And even if the battery is completely charged in them, they'll continue to draw energy. So once they're charged, unplug them. Or if you know that you're going to go out and use your iPod,
Right.
a few hours before you do that, charge it up at that point.
Very cool.
So you got to know how long it takes to charge, and then just charge accordingly. Don't just keep leaving it on there. The battery itself won't mind being charged constantly if it's a lithium-ion battery, but from an electrical perspective, you're drawing a lot more power than you necessarily need to do.
Right.
So you can keep all your gadgets on a device like this and just
Flip
turn
it
them
on. Very good. Turn off, turn on.
And when you need to charge them up, there you go.
There you go, Vampire Power
Vampire
Demystified by Lab Rats. All right, well, let's take a break and hear another message from one of our sponsors, and then we will return with your pictures and a bunch of other stuff. Yep, it's commercial time at Lab Rats again.
I like commercials.
I like commercials too. Why don't you read the message from the sponsor? And then I'll tell you about a coupon code in a minute, a special coupon code we've got.
This special?
Special. You're going to love it.
Oh, I better get through this.
All right, go on.
All right. So, get $96 in free extras with your domain name from GoDaddy.com. Each domain includes free hosting with a website builder, a free blog, complete email, and much, much more.
Wow. And
About this special coupon code.
as a viewer of Lab Rats, enter the special code. It's Sean.
Yes.
You happy now?
I'm excited.
Type in Sean, S-E-A-N, when you check out, and you'll get 10% off any order, which is kind of cool. Of course, some restrictions apply, and you need to see the site for details. But get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com.
Yes.
You happy now?
I waited 3 weeks for this. I'm only worth 10%. That's what you're saying.
Oh, now he says. Now the complaints start to
Yeah.
come. I'll
No,
talk
I'm
to
happy.
GoDaddy. Maybe we can get 11%, especially for you. Maybe. But time being is 10% though.
10%.
Yeah,
Now
Sean.
you're only worth 10% as well, so I'm okay with it.
Good.
All right.
All right. So, so tell me again what this product is again that you showed off before
This
that was so
right.
instrumental in our fabulous show.
P3 International's kilowatt.
Kilowatt, K-I-L-L,
Yeah, so I guess the thought is
kilowatt.
if you want to make sure that you're not using up too much power from any device in your house, you can plug this in, plug it into your wall, plug the device into that, and see how much energy you're using with that particular
And then
device.
decide to turn it off and kill a watt.
Kilowatt,
Kilowatt.
yeah.
Wow.
So
Very good.
very nice. And we're currently using 187 watts because we've got this screen back on again.
Right. Available anywhere?
You can get it through Amazon or various retail outlets. So
Very good.
check around.
Okay. Any pictures this week?
We do, and Biff, you're going to like this episode because we have Kale's cat Buddy from Saskatoon.
Oh.
So another episode where we don't actually see Kale,
No.
but we see his
his
cat, Buddy.
Cats, cats from around the world on Lab Rats.
Yeah, and Buddy right here looks like he's asleep.
Yeah. Sort of like Biff.
Sort of like
Well,
Biff.
sort of, kind of.
Kinda. So
Yeah.
who else do we have? Now we have
Another-
Detlef's cat,
Love it.
Elvis. And-
Elvis the
and
cat.
Detlef and Elvis live in Melbourne, Australia.
Ah.
And
I wasn't kidding. Cats from around the world here on Lab
Yes,
Rats.
it's true.
Wow.
And actually, Elvis here looks a little bit like the Biffer.
He does. Yeah, he does. Slightly eviler, though. He's a down
Yeah,
under
maybe,
cat.
perhaps.
That's right.
Got it all backwards and upside down and all that. But I don't know. I'm looking at Elvis here and thinking, this is a confident cat. Not necessarily evil, but
No.
confident.
He's like,
it's
yeah.
like, yo, what?
Yeah, yeah.
What you want?
That's right. It's a cat that knows what he likes and knows what he wants. Cool.
Yes.
Thank you for
That's
pictures.
it.
As always, you can send them to feedback@labrats.tv.
And
Send
we'll
us
be-
as an attachment.
Yes. Well, we love pictures of your cat. Send pictures of you too.
You too, please.
Love to see that.
That's right. We've had pictures of people and their pets and their legs.
Mhm.
People buried in snow up to here.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of cats and rats and elephants. But,
And sure as you're born, the only thing we haven't seen is the unicorn.
well, God, here we go. All right. Well, that's it for another edition of Lab Rats. Don't forget to check out our forums at cyberwalker.com/forums. We, of course, share our forums with the tech help website, cyberwalker.com, which I run. Mm-hmm. And any other messages for the fine people out there in Lab Rats land?
Yeah, just that you used 5.05 kilowatt hours saying that.
I did. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. All right, well, thank you for downloading this week. My name is Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
We'll see you next time. Let's kill a few more watts.
Are you ready? Earlier in the show, we asked you what screencasting product is not woolly or made of beans. Is it A, a llama, B, a burrito, or C, Camtasia Studio 4? The answer is Camtasia Studio 4. Learn more at labrats.techsmith.com.
Can I get a witness?
Witness!
Can I get a witness?
Witness!
Can I get a witness?
Witness!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, boy!
Witness.
Boy!
Oh my God, that's great.
Cats and rats and elephants. I'm wondering if anybody outside of Canada is going to get that Irish Rovers reference.
Maybe. Okay.
Did you get it?
Let's.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Nope. Cats and rats and elephants, but
And
sure as
you're born,
the loneliest of all is the unicorn.
We are 3 alligators and long-necked geese, some humpy-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, and sure as you're born, the loveliest of all is the unicorn.